Hello, I'm Couch Coop and welcome to another video. Slightly off centre this one. Normally we talk about PlayStation 4 games here on my channel. We're going to look at Gunfire Reborn. I had to wait for the Steam thing to... Anyway, this cost me... Well, it's £12 on Steam, but it cost me £8. It's currently under discount. It's an indie game and it's very much in the vein of, well, a first-person looter-shooter, but it's got some differences. Neither of these games are on the PlayStation 4 at the moment. The second game is currently available on the Xbox and the PC, but this one, so far as I know, is only available on Steam. And it's all about doing runs as per with most of my recommendations and some really interesting roguelike aspects to it. It's quite difficult. It's still in beta, I think early access rather, but it's looking very good indeed. Currently got it running at 1080. It does go a lot higher than that, and if you have a look in the top left hand corner you can see my frames per second. They do sit at 60 most of the time, they even go above sometimes. It said 600 at one point when I was loading the game in, but as you can see there's these cards with the stats on for the guns, and the guns, unlike Borderlands, kind of aren't that outlandishly varied. Okay, so there's kind of about 7 gun models, shotguns, snipers, machine guns, but they don't step too far out of the crazy zone. They do step out of the crazy zone though, don't get me wrong, there's some pretty mental stuff, and you're given a freeze time move and you're given a grenade, like a corrosive grenade. Now the game is pushing this mix up your elements to get max damage and to get rid of shields and stuff. That's very Borderlandsy, and of course the art style's very much in that vein. It's not as cel shaded and complicated as Borderlands, but I get that vibe with it, which is not a bad thing at all. And if it runs as slickly as it does like this all the time, then extremely happy with the visuals. But back to these gameplay mechanics, you can see that there is a hell of a lot of drops coming my way, and they're buffs and perks essentially, and all the guns have their own cool stats, and you start with a default weapon. There's also what looks like to be a character roster, one that I've barely explored. So I've got to the first boss, which is after like 4 stages. It wasn't too difficult, I got past him, and then there's like a desert boss afterwards. It's cool. I don't know if it re-rolls the bosses, but I certainly didn't get a window that says you don't have to do that boss again on your next run, so I'm not too sure how that works out. I kind of fell in love with this minigun a little bit. The shoulder moves and that freeze and that corrosive grenade, I think are character specific. So when I open another newer character up, I'll have different moves on that set. I'm hoping, and I'm pretty sure. And also when you pick up certain drops, there'll be buffs on one of these 3 sections. If you've played Dead Cells, you know what I mean. I think there's attack, defense and health or something like that, and you get to spend them. And there's also, if you've played Fury Unleashed, you'll recognize this sort of stuff, or Children of Mortar. It's kind of like a tiered skill tree, and I'm literally only working my way down the first tier, and I've probably put 10 to 15 hours into this game. Remember, this is early access and £8. Completely forgot to mention it's fully 4-player online co-op. No split screen unfortunately guys, but a lovely online co-op system in it that seems really user friendly. I haven't tested it yet. I want to wait till it comes over to the PlayStation 4, and I'm 120% sure this is going to do really well on Steam and get a release on the PS4. Fingers crossed physical, Michael. So second game is Deep Rock Galactic. This cost me £24 on Steam, 24 quid, 24.99. So not extortionate, not in early access, finished. I knew about it for a while. It was officially released, I think, at the end of June, maybe the start of July. So it's a recent game, but it's a game that's out on the Xbox 360, sorry, the Xbox One SV, and of course PC. And I love it. And it's also 4-player. But this is pulling at some seriously cool stuff that I dig in video games, no pun, but you are playing as a dwarf miner going down onto a planet and excavating quite literally elements that are there and around, or stuff that you pull out of the walls by pulling the material apart yourself. That again, bad explanation. Absolute polygon city, but I love how it looks. I love its straight lines, its jaggedness, and its, I think, procedural generation. So what's going on is you're getting a mission off different planets that have different sort of terraforming features. What I mean is there's a large amount of variety, and you aren't the only one down there. No! So you have this like 3D map and you're given a mission. It might be like a fetch quest. You might have to go and get these eggs, or it might be go and mine a particular element and drop it off into that little dude following you around, thus getting to a quota and then exiting the map, which I'll show you in a minute, which is so cool because you've got to go, essentially you've got to go the way you came in. So if you boss jobbed it and didn't really create a great back route, you've kind of buggered yourself up, but that's another interesting aspect we'll get to. But I just do love the variant on mission types. They're not always out and out boring, hit a rock, put it in that thing, go home. There's a lot of variety here with that structure. Also got some amazing in-cave weather effects, which I was gossamer. But anyway, Coot, we didn't come here to look at that. Where are the bugs? Where are the guns?
Run for cover!
Yeah, it's amazing. They're everywhere, and what it does is it makes these horde modes happen. It will just randomize them sometimes, or they'll be as a result of a mission midsection or something. You're also really strictly measured on ammunition, and that's a drop that I'm calling in halfway through to get some more ammo and get some more stuff worked out. Each character has a traversal weapon which allows you to either fire up a winch or create like a bridge platform. So there's engineers. I'm the gunner in this footage. No, I'm not. I'm the engineer because I've got a shotgun. But the gunner's got that milligun, and I'm exploring those two characters, and they are quite different. And they've also got a hell of a lot of skins and unlockables. A AAA amount actually. This is the walk back to the dropship. So I'm backtracking now, and so you hit this button on the little dude and he's like, right, we're going, and he just legs it, but he leaves these little green lights, so you're not always having to throw out. How cool is it that you throw out your little beacons? You don't run out of them, but they recharge. You can't spam it. You have like 5, a few come back, but you keep forgetting to do it when you're in a gunfight. It's great. And as I say, this co-op, this is where the fun's going to be. Communicating, choosing complementary loadouts and character sets, doing these amazing horde modes at the end of each mission. This one was particularly awesome. I also have a special power which is a decoy, and I've also got an AI companion that I can allocate to do mining whilst I get on with the bug killing. There is so much bug killing, and they come in so many cool different varieties. I love this bit of footage because I'm like, look, they're still out there. I'm about to get, it's like, you need to go, you got 30 seconds. I'm like, no, I got to kill more bugs. And it's like, you're running out of ammo. I'm like, all right, I'll leave. And just the way the thing goes up, it all still is kicking off, you know, but I managed to get out in time. Every mission has that awesome bit of urgency at the end. And with 4 people, that will only be increased. So, ladies and gentlemen, if only this be where I still see you down there.
Hard reactor spooling up.
Armed and ready.